Watch WWE Presents Top 10 Most Racist WWE Wrestlers. Number 10, as we all know, Hulk Hogan. In less than 24 hours after his recorded racist comments were leaked to the media, he was fired from the company he helped build. The WWE took down his biography page on the Hall of Fame, and they pulled down all of his merchandise. 2K will no longer feature him in their new video game. Hogan made some extremely racist comments. He said, and I quote, I'd rather if she was just going to I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot tall worth $100 million, like a basketball player. I guess we're all a little racist. But Hogan isn't the only wrestler who's been accused of making racist comments. Racism has long been rumored and long been a problem in wrestling locker rooms. Today we're looking at 10 wrestling impersonalities who, according to their peers, have said horrifically racist things. Number 9. Road Warrior Hawk. Back when Too Cold Scorpio and Road Warrior Hawk were in WCW, Scorpio noticed Hawk was kissing up to Ric Flair a bit too much for his liking. He ribbed Hawk for it, and Hawk responded it by muttering, "You," under his breath. The two men would later come to blows, and Scorpio took to carrying around a shank, just in case he got caught off guard. Number 8. Andre the Giant. The 8th wonder of the world is beloved worldwide, but he also has a history of saying some pretty offensive stuff. One time he called Bad News Brown on a bus ride, and Brown took an exception. He threatened to stop the bus and go at it outside, right there and then. Andre backed down. Andre also targeted Kamala with racial epithets in the territory days, and they had several physical encounters over it, including an instance where Kamala pulled a gun on the Giant. They eventually became very friendly. It was Andre, in fact, who helped bring the Uganda Giant to the WWE. Number 7. The Rock. Ahmed Johnson recalled a disturbing incident backstage. He saw The Rock talking with members of D-Generation X, and Johnson claimed that The Rock was denying his black heritage. Rock is half black and half Samoan, but he allegedly told DX that his mother slept with a white man, which is how he was conceived. One can only imagine the locker room atmosphere backstage if The Rock felt the need to lie about his ethnic roots. Number 6. The Ultimate Warrior. After retiring from wrestling, Warrior had a second career as a motivational speaker and right-wing nut job. The college Republicans at the University of Connecticut invited him as a guest speaker, and Warrior spent his time on stage making them regret that decision. Among other verbal gems, he told a student of the Middle Eastern descent to get a towel. The Republicans issued a formal apology for inviting him in the first place. Number 5. Ric Flair. Teddy Long got targeted for racism when he worked in NWA, and it was right out in the open. In an interview, Long claims that Ole Anderson called him directly to his face, and Ric Flair approached him backstage and said, "Do you like working here?" Flair is heavily rumored to replace Hulk Hogan on Tough Enough, but if Long's claim is true, then is Flair really much of an improvement? Number 4. Vince McMahon. Yes, even the boss himself doesn't even know when to keep his mouth shut. Former WWE writer Dan Madigan recalled when Vince approached him and Carlito backstage. The boss had some feedback for Carlito's character. According to Madigan, McMahon said, "Hey, can you spick it up some? You know, spick it up when you talk." Madigan was appalled and uncomfortable and tried playing it off as a joke. Number 3. Triple H. Ricardo Rodriguez supported Del Rio's allegations of widespread racism in the WWE. Rodriguez stated in an interview, "Triple H would call me a bumblebee. I was in Puerto Rico not too long ago and I saw Savio Vega and he used to call him a bumblebee. And then I found out Triple H called Super Crazy a bumblebee." Number 2. Michael Hayes. Hayes' history of racist remarks is well documented. Booker T confirmed that Hayes used the N-word backstage, but laughed it off, saying that Hayes considered himself black, but not everyone felt the same. And when Hayes told Mark Henry, "I'm more of a than you are," the world's strongest man understandably hit the ceiling. Hayes was suspended for 60 days but managed to keep and still keeps his job as a WWE road agent. Number 1. Jessica Havoc. For a hot moment it seemed like the former TNA knockout was going to sign with the WWE, but then her old tweets resurfaced, even though she tried to frantically delete them. Among the things she said, "At KFC right now, channeling my inner and sigh, I hate." She also managed to insult both Mark Henry and R-Truth specifically. Lol, Mark Henry is pissed. Who took his watermelon? And I bet he, R-Truth, likes watermelon. Havoc apologized for her remarks. She never made it big. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and as always, see you next video.